And now for answers to some of the top questions that I've gotten on the review so far. 1, will the keypad work on battery? Yes, it will. As you can see, it's unplugged. It's got a little battery inside. After about a week, it still shows as basically a full battery, so I don't know if that means it'll last a month, 2 months, 3 months, but it seems like it'll last certainly a month on the battery backup or on the battery that's built in, so you don't need to necessarily have it plugged in all the time. There was a question around this little gray area. As far as I can tell, that's kind of a motion sensor that helps it know when to light up. You can see I can just kind of wave at it and it lights up. So when you walk in front of it, it'll light up, so even in the dark. And it may be a combination motion and light sensor, but it's at least a motion sensor. There was another question about the settings for, seeing maybe the settings on the door sensors or the other sensors, and do you have to use the app or can you use the website? Yes, there's a website. It has all the same settings, all the same information about serial numbers and that kind of thing, so you can always get that information through the website if you're not at home or you don't have your phone. There was a question about turning the chimes on and off. Yes, you can turn the chimes off for the door, and you can change them. I don't know if you can hear that, but that is I switched it over to harp, and so let me see, here is the base station. And it has several options, including just turning it off, so you don't necessarily have to have a chime for your doors, but you can also have different ones for each door. So if you put these on different doors or windows, you can know, is this one, which door is it that's opening based on the sound. They've got the sound of the ring that usually have the default sound for when you get a motion alert on your ring, these wind chime sound. And then there's harp, and then there's a ding dong sound, and then the little chirp that was in the other video. There was a question about how long are the cables for the keypad and the base station. They're both right around 6.5 feet. They're probably supposed to be 6 feet or so, maybe a little bit longer. So they're right there. And then by far the most common question is, what does the alarm sound like? And so these little buttons are panic buttons, so I'm going to set the alarm off quickly, and so sound will come out of here and out of the base station. Let's see how this goes. And so when it disarms, it actually says disarmed, and I got a notification on my phone that it was going off, and that is without any sort of monitoring. So it took it a few seconds, but as you can see, it makes a very loud, very scary sound. I don't know if that alarm can be changed. Maybe it wouldn't surprise me if they offer a few different ones at some point, maybe not out of the box, but it's sufficient. It definitely sounds like an alarm going off, and people won't know if you've necessarily got that monitored or not, but they will know that they have been detected. So, and it will monitor even if you don't pay for the monitoring service. It'll still send an alert to your phone or all the phones that you have tied to the account. So I think it's a pretty good system, and I think that it's a pretty good option, especially if you're looking for something you can just kind of set up and do yourself. So thanks for all the views on the original review. I hope this answers your questions. If you've got more questions, go ahead and ask them down in the comments, and I will get to them as best I can. Thanks, everybody.